It's on.
Eating with sinners and tax collectors.
Yeah.
How dare you? Let's talk about that. Good morning, beautiful people. Kombucha, not a sponsor. Don't try to me, always a sponsor. So, sometimes, Katie, group on Facebook, group on whoever's looking at this video, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, it is so much easier to hang out with sinners than it is with Christians.
Sometimes.
Jesus experienced this because he thought that the Pharisees and Sadducees would be all for this. I mean, they had the Old Testament. They knew the Messiah was going to come and bring peace. Now, they thought it was going to be Roman peace and whatever, and take down Rome, and they would establish a kingdom. But anyway. But his own people, his own nation that he chose.
Nope.
And they denied him very quickly. And in Mark chapter 2, verse 16, actually Mark 2, the whole chapter, it's really good. You should read it. You should actually read the whole Bible. But I think a lot of times Jesus was the same way. He was like, look, my family doesn't honor me when I go home. And they're supposed to be, practicing Jews. My own people of religious leaders don't even accept me. But when I hang out with sinners and tax collectors, they hear me, they have a broken heart, they rend their heart, they have faith, and they come to me quickly because they know they're in the wrong. They know they need something more than just themselves. They know they need more than just the Pharisees and Sadducees and the Jewish nation and the Roman nation. They need me and love me for me. But his own people said, you're from Beelzebub. You drive out demons by demons. They even called him Satan. His own people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sometimes Christians are so critical of other Christians, it almost is like, okay, I'm just going to go hang out with sinners. Now, we don't want to be like sinners at all. I don't want to be like the world at all. But if we don't hang out with sinners, how are they going to know the light? How are they going to know about Jesus? How are they going to know how we react? How Christians should act in front of everybody? Not holier than thou, but servant. And so, Mark chapter 2, verse 16 says this. When scribes of the Pharisees saw that he was eating with sinners and tax collectors, they said to his disciples, they didn't even come to Jesus and say this. They said to his disciples on the side, hey guys, why is he doing this? Because if they went to Jesus, he would have this whole long thing. And they're like, we don't want that. We just want to gossip about it. So he goes to the disciples and they say, why is he eating with and drinking with tax collectors and sinners? Which is funny because all along they are sinners themselves, which they didn't even acknowledge. Jesus was hanging out with them because they need a doctor. They need health. They need the Spirit. They need Jesus. The Pharisees and Sadducees thought they didn't need anything. They were their own God. They were their own law. They thought the law was better than Jesus. And Jesus was standing right in front of them, the Son of God, the one who made the universe, the one who spoke everything into existence, the one that spoke the Pharisees and Sadducees when they were born in their mother's womb, spoke them into existence, and yet they sat there and denied him and made fun of him and cursed him because he was eating with tax collectors and sinners. I'd rather be like Jesus and hang out with sinners. I want all kinds of sinners and tax collectors to come to church. I want every group of people, every background, every whatever. Just put it in whatever. I want them all to come to Jesus. And then we can all be under Jesus and not be like, I'm better than you, and I'm going to point the finger. So my encouragement for you today is, are you acting like Jesus and hanging out with tax collectors and sinners? And being the light unto them, and being an example, being what Jesus needs you to be? Or are you securing yourself with other Christians and pointing the finger? Now, there are not, like I said, sometimes it's better to hang out with sinners and tax collectors. And there are Christians who are loving and wonderful and peace and self-control and understanding and hangs out with sinners and tax collectors too. Just be careful with the sinners who say you are horrible because you do that. Be careful. Even Jesus had people who denied him because he was hanging out with sinners and tax collectors. So my encouragement is hang out with people, no matter what background, no matter what they believe, because you need to be the light to them. I love you. Jesus loves you too. You have a great Wednesday. Okay.
Wow.
Mama, 3 people.